and I found myself in a position that my dream had finally happened. I made it to being a commercial airline pilot. And after a couple of years of sitting around on the flight deck of the aircraft, eating terrible foods and having more of a sedentary lifestyle, and I guess just also hitting my 30s, I noticed that all of a sudden the weight was coming on and my first uniform pants were no longer fitting. You start thinking, hey, you know, the dreams of the youth are gone, and what's left, you know, you're just going to live your days out and hopefully they'll be good. The first 10 days, the thing I noticed most was my energy levels just exploding. I felt an incredible amount of energy come from it. And when I would go to the gym and I would work out, for the first time in my life, I would finish a vigorous workout, and the only thing that would be tired would be maybe my muscles. And 30 days later, from that point, after starting my exercise routine and changing over my diet and following your diet and staying on the super greens and the prime pH, I went back, and the doctor is not familiar with your work, but he looked at my blood on the second one, and he was looking through his microscope, and he looked up at me and he said, "Boy, you went out and got healthy on me." And I hardly noticed anything different in my life. I didn't have to cut things out. I was able to squeeze all of this stuff in, not to mention the fact that early into the diet as well, I noticed that I didn't need as much sleep. I wasn't requiring in fact, there were many days where I would sleep half as much as I normally would. Throughout the 12 weeks, I gained 11 pounds of muscle, and that was just real steady. But the fat loss happened real quick. Don't experience any soreness at all. Ingredients with the proper diet and the prime pH and super greens, and it adds to the energy level you've got to get you through your commitment. All of a sudden, the momentum starts building, and you see some changes starting to happen. Because it's brought back a part of my life that has been amazing, and it's been truly transforming inside as well as out. I mean, there are things that I'm doing now in my life that I never would have done before. And what I try to tell people too is that after picture, that was taken around 6 or 7 o'clock at night after I had already had about my 4th or 5th meal for the day. Wow. And I wasn't doing any dehydrating. I was doing nothing. That's just, my body went down to 6.9% body fat. So many of the things going on in my life now wouldn't be happening now had I not gone through this, and had I especially not met up with you folks and heard about your diet and eating alkalorean myself.